Hello everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and hey, you want to make some fun additions for your junk journals that are very easy to make and use up what you might have lying around. Let's say we grab some either cardboard or cardstock or chipboard or something with a little bit more structure to it, or if you don't have any of the fancy stuff, just grab some covers or backing to notebooks and booklets that you have, because they make excellent resources for what we're going to make today. And what we're going to make today is a little writing board or a writing card that can be used inside any journal. This is a little bit of a different technique. I've already shown you one video, I believe, with this technique, maybe a couple, but I'll try and link those down below. But this is a little bit different and it's very easy. And basically what you can do is you can put it under any junk journal page, and it gives you a flat writing space to write on in case your junk journal might be full of just amazing treasures, which might cause a little bumpity bump if somebody's trying to write. So this gives them something to write on, which is a lot of fun. Hello, sunshine. How are you? You want to say hi to everybody? You just been bounding from your walk? No, you're out of here. Okay, bye. And so yeah, we're going to make these, and they're super easy. And right now with the holidays, it might be a great time. You might have packaging. You might be getting boxes in from Amazon or the post office, and you might have some cardboard and things like that. So here we go. So if people give you wonderful little treasures in Happy Mail, you can actually, there's a second part to this. You can take special things from other people and transform them and honor them and memorialize them into something that is a keepsake, something that you would treasure. And here's what I did on the back side of this. This is a beautiful piece of paper from a handwritten letter that somebody gave me, and I want to treasure it and honor it. So I decided to use the beautiful pine mystique right now, because I just thought that was so beautiful for this time of year. But then I also tore out a little bit of their personal handwriting, and I collaged it onto this writing board or writing card. And I thought that was a way to memorialize them or honor them even after the letter has been delivered. So something to think about if you get Happy Mail or letters from families and friends. And if you don't want to destroy the original letter, you can always make a photocopy of it and just use little bits and pieces that way to create creations for yourself and for others that you love. So there you go. Hey, Sunny Bunny, what you doing? I'm so excited, Mom. I just went on my walk. You know I love my walk. Yes, we were a little late this morning, but he went on his walk, and all is well. Now he's got, how a little skip in his step after the business is done. Yeah, he's definitely got serious skip in his step right now. So yes, he's off exploring the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and make one of these, and then we'll make maybe one or two others so I can just show you some variety on how to do this. But these are super simple. So this, I actually used a piece of cardboard from a box. So it has a little bit of thickness in it, but that's okay. With cardboard that is corrugated, it's going to have a little bit of softness, but it's still very easy to use this as a writing board to write on, because you're not pushing so hard you're going to go through the cardboard and the page at the same time. So plain cardboard will work just fine. Okay, let me just put this over here. Hello, Snookums. How are you? Hi, Mom. Are you talking to the people? Yes, I'm talking to the people. You want to say hi? I want to play fetch. You do? Okay, yeah, he won't even let me catch him right now. He's all over the place. Okay. Okay, we'll work on you later. All right, so I think what I just have on my desk here, I'm trying to go through. Oh, he just discovered his crinkly water bottle, and he's off with it. Yep, there we go. Hours of play. I could use the front. I could use the back. The back is super thick and super strong. And that's easy. Let's just use that. It's here. This would be a square one, and that is fine. Is that a little distracting? Oh, that's life at our house. Yes, it is. There we go. So this would be a square one. I could cut it, but it's super thick, so I don't know if I don't want to be cutting that too much, because it's going to be, it's hard. It's not impossible to cut. If I was going to cut it, I would use my ruler and, okay, just cut it, Pam. Just show them how you can cut it. Okay, so this is what I would call heavy chipboard. It's pretty thick, probably just a little thinner than bookboard, but it is super thick. So let's say I want to make one that's more along the size of this size. All right, no lazy crafter here. We'll make it from scratch. All right, here we go. All right, so if you have a sharp blade, it doesn't, okay, so I think I was complaining over, that took 2 swipes. No big deal with a sharp blade. If you find your stuff is not cutting fast enough, you probably need to break off one of the blades on the end with a little plier or something. Wear eye goggles, protection. Hello, hello, yes, yes, Pussy Pants. Oh, no, he's gone. Okay, it's one of those days. All right, so what I did was I grabbed On the original one, I used a beautiful Gothic old German, I think it's a dictionary page, and it was really pretty. But I've got some other pages here too. I mean, so many different pages from books can be used. So whatever you find that you come across that might be nice to honor that piece of book page, go for it. It's going to look dandy. Okay, so let's pick a page. This is a nice page, and it's already loose and free. This is pretty pretty too. I like that. Okay, with my deepening tone, maybe that means I really like it, and we'll just use that one then. Okay, so let's just put these over here. And I don't know if you can hear that, but he sounds like he's attacking some like giant wolf or something, but it's his stuffed bunny toy. Yeah. Okay, so another little tip when you're making these, kind of get an eyeball of where you want your piece to sit, and make sure that you have enough around it that's going to work for our hospital corners fold. You probably want to get rid of the excess because it'll just create more extra lumpies if you don't need them. So if you put this here, I don't know if you can hear that, but that little bunny is being attacked. Okay, here, now I know it's going to fit in the center, so I can probably go around where this border is. Lay your ruler upside down where the sharp edge is if you're using a metal ruler. Not the cork side, but the sharp side. You'll get a easier, cleaner tear. It'll still tear the other way, but it'll just be easier for you with these super thin pages because sometimes they don't like to tear as easily. So this is my initial cursory shaping. Probably I don't need all this. I'm going to probably take off some on the bottom, but I'm just too lazy to measure it right now. You know, that happens, right? Yep, that happens. Okay, so let's see what we got. What does it look like? Okay. So this is what we got, and I'm going to use this as what's going to show. So I'm going to turn it. Oh, that's kind of pretty too, but that's lighter, and I'm going to do dark. Okay. So yeah, I need to remove a little off the north or the south, and I think I'm going to remove a little. This is probably going to wrap around anyway. Though I would like that. That leaves me barely enough. No, I want more than that. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay. So that means some of the north has to come off. Didn't really want to do that because I like that part, but I can use it for something else, so that's okay. Let's just grab that, and we'll do the tear. Very easy. Okay, so now this is going to be the side that's face up or showing, so I'm going to turn it over to glue it. And this I'm just going to use my Scotch Create glue stick, a couple of cranks, and this is just my favorite glue stick ever. I could probably try some others, but I am really in love with this one, so I'm going to stay where I'm at, right? Okay, here we go. And we're down. And we're down. Put it kind of in the center. And then we're going to do the old hospital corners. And this is just the way I do it. I find it the easiest with these thin pages. It doesn't really create a lot of bulk when you're folding. This is Fabrifix, clear silicone glue, fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. And that's my favorite clear silicone glue. And here we go. Yep, not sponsored, just like the glue. Yep. All right, so there we go. And then we go around the world. This is also easy. And this is actually, if you've seen any of my older videos, how I got my glue mat so messy. I did so many of these around the world, and it took me a while to figure out I should put a glue mat underneath myself so I don't glue up my desk. Oops. There, I just got glue on the back of this. Okay, so we'll use this side. So now I'm using some random glue mat, but the trick to get the nice sharp edges is to use the thing itself, because it'll give you a nice crisp fold if you use its own edging to give you the crispness. There. And then here, and of course you always get glue all over your fingers doing this, but it's kind of fun, you know, so it's okay. And then just use a little bit of finger tightening, finger smooshing to get it in and get it down. Okay, so now we have that, and that's looking really nice, right? That's great. A little glue here. But then we're going to put something on this side as a decoration. And I thought what might be fun to do, you can use anything here. What was the other one I used? Oh, I used the letter, which was a lot of fun. I just like the picture and then a little bit of the person's writing. This time I'm going to use a bit of Braille paper. If you've never seen Braille paper or felt it, it has a slight raised bump to it. Now this is going to be on the down side. So you want to keep this side smooth because this is going to be the writing surface. But you can put something with a little bit of texture on the other side because that's going to be the other side. That's not going to interfere with writing. If you want it to be biphasic, or that wouldn't be the right word, two phases. That's two cycles. But if you want it to be usable on both sides for writing, make sure you put something flat on this side too. But I just love this feel of the Braille paper, and let me just, we'll just place this here. This is how we do this without measuring. We just put it on where we want it to be. Bring it a little closer. Okay. See here, that's where I want it to be. I'll make it all nice, Pam. Okay. And then I look where I want it to be here, and I just put this down and I tear it. Nothing fancy. Just an age-old tradition of preferring tearing over cutting, but you could totally cut this. Super fine. These make nice additions to any journal, something a little extra, look a little unusual, and there you go. So let's bring out an inker, and I want to age this up a little bit. So I think today I'm going to use, guess what, walnut stain. Yeah, there we go. It's my little traditional brown, and I resaturated my, my little pad here with some more ink, walnut stain ink, re-inker, and then that was a few days ago, and then I let it soak up, and every once in a while I'll have to still re-wet it to get the ink to wake up so it's easy to work with. You're not fussing. If you find you're having a difficult time with your ink pad, it's either out of ink, which you have to add more ink, or go buy a new ink pad, but if it's just dry and it's loaded with ink, you just need to wake it up. So you can add that, a little bit of water, spread some water and glycerin. Oh, somebody must have walked. Oh yes, somebody is now walking by. All right, yes. We are feisty, and we are going to let the world know it. Okay, maybe I'm going to pull out, I'm going devilishly different here. Crushed olive, there's one that's been sleeping in the old drawer for a long time. Grabbing my random green, because I use it for all greens. See how there, I just cross-pollinated that, not really caring. It's all green, you know what I mean? And if I wanted to maybe make it a brownier green, I could always go around with a little bit of brown to knock it back a little bit if it's too intense. So you can play with your inks and get different colors from them too. There we go. All right. Oh, that's there. And I'm just going to glue that down. And maybe this one I'm going to use the Fabrifix. Just go around the edges. I'm going to do the big X and then just cover in the missing parts. Just make sure it's mostly done. Get the corners good. But since it's very hard to glue right on the corners, I like to just take my finger and drag the glue lightly to the corners. That way I know my edges are glued down. Don't have to sweat. If you want to spread a little middle, go for it. There we go. I'll snuggle that right in there. So cool is that? So cool is that? Okay, so now I thought it might be fun just to, let's see, where's my gold? Okay, here's my gold. I was going to get some gold gilding paste and just rub over the braille bumps to have those be accentuated a little bit. You could also run over with your ink pad lightly, and that will pick up the braille bits, but I think I want to do the gold since it's Christmas and all. It's better if you had a flat thumb, but I don't, so I'm just going to go up. Okay, let me bring it closer. Lightly with the thumb. It's not a thumb, it's an index finger. Okay, and this will actually cover quite a few. It just kind of brings out, can you see? Just brings out the, let me back up a little bit. The bumpage, the little bumpage, so you can see it a little better. Yeah, you can actually do it with a dirty, inky finger too. It'll come right out, but there, now you can appreciate the prettiness of it. And if I wanted to keep going, because I've already got it out and I'm playing with it because I love this stuff, you could gild your edges, and that would be super fancy. Super fancy. Anything gilded is like, oh yeah, holidays, super fancy. You know, we're talking royalty here with the gilding. Royalty. And you can smooch it, and you don't have to go like, nothing has to be exact when you're doing this. Like, look, I'm running over the edges, I'm running over some of the words, and I could even just do like random little pitches, you know. It doesn't have to be anything specific, just smooches. Smooch them down. This is like a waxy substance that will dry quite well after. It will not come off. And you can treat these if you want to spray them with acrylic spray or something like that after, but I don't really feel it's necessary now. So I just gonna put a little, whatever's on my finger, I just want to use it up. I'm just going to heavily do this corner a little bit more. That's okay. It doesn't have to be equal all over. Nope. And so there you go. And now this side again, you do want to have one flat side. So it may not be the best idea to layer or collage or put stickers or obviously little bumpy things like rhinestones, and that might not be the best thing, but you can rubber stamp on that side, which gives you a lot of possibilities. So I don't know, I'm going to go into my craft. Am I recording? I just have this. No, okay, we're good. Go here and just pick something, anything, okay. Let's see. You know, it's always so hard to decide. Yeah, okay, let's go to a different one. I need a different, okay, nope, different drawer. I got a lot of stamps. I got to open a drawer. Okay, use that. Okay, I'm grabbing that. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. I have this. Yeah, took me that long to pull that out. Okay, so now I'm going to put some pictures on here. And maybe this time, what I did green on the back, right? So maybe I'm going to do the flower in pink. Okay. And maybe the base of the flower in green. Oh, look at me all fancy town. See how this works. All right, I'll just put it right in the center. See what happens. I have no idea. Hoping. Now this is soft cardboard? No, this is hard, so I should get a good impression here. Let's see. Oh, barely there. Look at that. Okay. So what do we do in this case? What are you gonna do, Missy Pants? All right, let's see. Let's zoom in so we can really see the disaster that has just occurred in the craft room, which is a daily occurrence here. I could do a couple things. I could restamp with more ink here. Maybe I didn't get enough down. We'll try it again. Okay, well, now I'm probably going to get a secondary flower. It might look like a cluster, which is okay. And if it's not, I'll show you. Oh, yeah, see, didn't get anything. Nothing. That was called a big fat fail. Okay, so what can we do to make it better without raising a bump or causing a problem? We can grab, let me back you up a little. We can grab a marker, and this is a Sharpie pen fine, and we can outline what we had desired. Okay, so let me actually bring in a little bit because I'm going to work on that flower. And so I have glue on my fingers. My zoom doesn't work because it doesn't even know there's a finger there. All right, so let's see what we can do. Here's what the flower actually looks like. So if I stamp it down, the face of the flower is going to be pointing that way, so just remember that. Okay, I'm just going to outline the flower as if I knew. I'm going to actually turn it over so I can see the shape of the flower. Okay, so let's just see. This might be a total disaster, but hey, you know what? It's only paper. Okay, that's good. All right. Now I'm just going to do the one side of the leaf with the petals. Okay. Okay, have that. And now it's looking a little more flower-like, but maybe I need to complete it. So I'm just going to go in and maybe finish these little petals. Maybe I'll just follow the little petal shape. This is like totally faking my way here. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm following what's in the design, but I'm just kind of making it up. But you can do this. You can come in later with a marker and emphasize your edges so that if you lost some of the definition, you can come back and salvage your work. You don't always have to start over. All right, so what did we get? We got that. Maybe we want to do a little side emphasis of this stemmage so it looks like part of the same process here. And everything like to the right or everything to the left of any sticks will help create imagery. More defined imagery. Okay, and maybe it's a little, I just put maybe some dots in here. Yeah, sometimes these little flowers have little dots in the center. Just put a bunch of those. Okay, how'd that go? Not bad, right? Okay, I mean nothing you write home about, but it's usable, and I think it's really cute, and it's a little hand-drawn thing. And it doesn't really like to work right so as this gilding wax is drying, it's writing a little bit better on it, but remember it is wax over here, so it's going to repel whatever you're doing. And you could even expand upon this flower, like maybe make it bigger with more leaves and petals if you want. All right, why not? All right, just this wasn't here before, but we're just going to do it. Yeah. Okay, because we're here and we're doing it. That's what we're doing, yeah. Okay. And petals can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, so you can really go to town with this and just make it your own little flower. And then you got some of your own art in here. That's kind of cool. Okay. And one down there and one there. This turned into a drawing project. Okay, so here we have that now. We have this flower. Yes. And maybe we want to emphasize up this central thing. I think I want to make it a little bit darker so you can see the center of the flower. So I'm giving it some, as if it had a billion of those little stamens in the center. Just bringing it in. I'm basically coloring it in with little lines, little cross hatching. There we go. There, it looks more like a flower. We're getting more flower-esque as time goes on. But as you can see, you can add on to what you do and save your art. I mean, just take it to a new level, create something you weren't even expecting to do. And lo and behold, you have this now, which is kind of cool. And then maybe you would even want to sign the little guy. There you go. Rembrandt. Okay, maybe not Rembrandt, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of fun. Just play with your work and have some fun with it. And on the back here, maybe you want to put a word. I think on the other one I put imagine. You know, that'll take people places. How about believe? That's a nice one, right? And I bought these used on Etsy, so you can buy used rubber stamps on Etsy, on eBay. Those are some good sources if you want to get some rubber stamps. Or you can even have rubber stamps custom made for you. It's not that expensive, but if you want a certain word, certain style, maybe your channel name, your company name, something like that, you can do that. Okay, I'll just put believe on here a few times. I really want them to believe. I do not want them to give up. Do not give up. All right, maybe a halfer. Yeah. There we go. Get some halfers on there. Yep, I don't think I can get one. Oh, maybe put one this way. There we go. Maybe one this way. There we go. Okay. Oh, maybe one in the middle. There we go. Maybe I did one upside down in the middle here. How about that? That's wild and crazy. There we go. Fun, right? I mean, nothing to it. Super easy, and you can create this kind of fun. And so that was on a hard piece of the back of a notepad or a watercolor book pad, something like that, which is a thicker one. It's going to work really well in a journal where they can, let me back up. Again, put this under a page and do something like that. Okay, so now there's another thing I want to show you. We'll make another one quickly, but then I want to show you this little technique, which I think you might find handy. Okay. What are we going to use? Let me get a piece of, oh, we can do another book page. Any random book page. Here's one. Oh, here's one. Okay. Well, this one's kind of cool. Oh, okay. Let's use some old ledger page. All right, so what was that other piece? I had a piece. This was the front page of the watercolor thing, a little thinner. Okay, so what can I make out of that? Well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to maximize the usable space first and then see what I can do with it. All right. I'll just shave this off so it's not bumpy. It's been a little weather beaten over the days, you know. Okay, so now we have a square, basically. A little thin for my taste here right now, but what I'm going to do is just fold it in half. Yeah, I'm going to fold it in half. Now, normally I would do a tube, so I wouldn't have to deal with this edge, but since I'm going to wrap it, I don't need to worry about the tube. And the tube design will create a bump on the back, so I'm not going to use that technique here. I'm just going to use the old tried and true fold in half. Pretty darn close, fold in half. Let's just trim that off. Didn't fold exactly. Whoops, we make it exactly. Yep, coming up. Now, and I'm going to use the cork because I'm not going to slide. Okay, square it up. This is crafting in the trenches. This is what really happens on a crafty day. Okay, that's about right. Whoops. Yep. Gotta stay close to the ruler, but don't run over it. Okay, there we go. So one more little piece. I think my thing is now getting a little bit unsharp. Dull, also known as dull. Okay, so we have that. Let's just glue it together, and this will come together quite rapidly. Okay, just give that a glue. Don't have to be anything supersonic or anything. There we go. And let's just pick the pretty side of this. I think I would like the date to show because that's really nice. That's a nice one too. Maybe this one. All right, so actually, let's do this. Because this is a precious piece of paper. It's an old 1840 piece of ledger paper, antique ledger paper. I'm going to put the paper down where I want it, and then I'll work around it. Okay, am I on? Might be a little, yeah, no. That's better. Now, I'm not going to have much to work with here, but that's okay. I'll make it work. It's close to the top. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm on. Didn't get much over there either. So I think what I'm going to do is tear this close to about the same amount. Maybe just give myself a little bit more wiggle room so it's not so tight. I just love this old paper. I love honoring it. I think it's so cool. And it's hard to tear it, and it's hard to work with it sometimes because you know it's so precious, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta go in, go deep, do it. Okay, I'm gonna do my baby hospital corners. And if I see something lifting, I'm gonna glue it down. Baby hospital corners. Okay, baby hospital, oh, yep, they both ripped. That's the, at the same time, they universally ripped on me. Okay, so often old paper is fragile, so you have to be a little more ginger with it. Yeah, no rough monkeys in there, okay? Just gingerly fold. And then if we have to, we will repair tears. Okay, that's what we do. And we'll go around, we'll do the same thing here. Maybe it's all gonna break and we're gonna be okay with that because we'll figure out a way around it. We're not gonna be upset, it's gonna be all right. Yeah, okay, let's get that very fancy piece of strange thing I found in the drawer the other day, the plastic, and let us just do our folds. Okay, let the paper do the work for you. Your crafting piece. See, it's cracking a little bit on the edges, but that crack will be to our advantage because it's going to give us a nice broken rough edge. And then when we do a little bit of inking, if we choose, and you don't have to. I mean, this is beautifully aged as it is. You don't need to do anything to that. But it will grab the little broken edges and give yourself more stuff. Now, what you can do is you can have your cover paper, whatever it is, completely come to the edges or close to the edge so that you're using this. But if you just can't, like you can't get a paper that is just right or just perfect, what you can do is you can actually build with what you had. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper here, just this little tail end, and I'm gonna build this north a little bit so I have a little more wiggle room there. Okay. So first of all, I want to see exactly how wide I want them. So I want to bring them to right about here, a little fold. Okay, so I got that. Put you over there, and I'll put you down here. Okay, so I'm just going to basically take this bottom piece off. There we go. And now he's going to be, is he the right size magically? Look at that, he's the right size magically. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm just going to glue him on. That's it. That's the fanciness of it all. It's just going to start to seal in that little white area that I maybe want a little more covered. And you could actually go around the whole thing and do this if you need to bring in your edges, and it will look like a cool collage as well. So as opposed to a patchwork, it'll look like it was all planned. It was all planned, yes. And that's how things get created. They just sort of come together oddly in that way. And what? Yep. Okay, there we go. Here. Okay. And I think I'm going to do the same at the top. And that's kind of cool. All right, so I need it to be about there. This one's so small, I think I can just... No, see, it's better if I use the ruler because then I get the right kind of edge. Okay. A little edge there. Okay. And I'll just flush it up a bit. There we go. And we're rocking in, we're rolling. There we go. That's going to go down like that. Let's glue her up. Glue her up. Getting glue all over the mat. Yeah, it's going to be a mess, but it's okay. Here we go. And glue that down. Now we have a nice backing. There. Now we have a little framework, and we can put anything we like in here. So let me find something fun. Okay, I just found this. This is an old book plate from the 1800s. It's an illustration, and it's very crumbly, but this is an opportune moment to use a crumbly piece of paper. Like, look, this guy's in there. And I think I'm only going to get half of his little face, but he's still bare naked there. So I think I'm going to borrow from him. I know that I'm not going to use that. So I'm going to keep collaging to fill in the behind him. Yep. Okay, we'll do something like that. And when I lie him down, yeah, that's going to work. Okay, so let's glue this down. All right. That way you get to use all this old paper, little bits and pieces. Okay, here we go. All right. 1, 2. Tear that off, glue it down. That's all down. I'll put you in there. That's going to look nice. Now, I have to be very careful. This is very crumbly, so I get a one shot at doing this. Okay, so better go a little shy. Okay, how'd I do? Not the greatest. That's okay though, not bad. It's already starting to glue down. I must have some glue on there. All right, let's take a little of you off, just a little. Oh, you do it this way. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to use this trick. Here's a trick. Do that. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that worked. Okay, now that's the trick, how to get it to land inside. Okay, and the same thing on the bottom. Don't go too short. Oh, don't be too, no, it can't be too short because I put the extra layer there. I've got several, oh yeah, there we go. Now we are in. Now I could have inked it, but I didn't. I didn't really glue this down. Oh, it's not glued at all, look at that. So now I have choices. I can, actually, let me try and keep a little less here. I'm gonna try folding it up. Oh boy, I hope this works. Ah. Did it? It was sort of. Not perfect, but you know, it was an attempt. But I think that still looks pretty cool. I think you're gonna have to lose a little on this side, buddy. I'm sorry. It's just you got hang over here. Oh, not that much. Oh well, too late. Okay, that's where it goes. Oh, we're still good. We're in. I think I'm gonna emphasize his edges, and what's on this side? It's all maybe. I think he lends himself to maybe black. Black would look striking. Let's do some black. Let's see where the black dauber is. Is that it? No. Here it is. Black dauber, please. Black dauber. All right. Be very, very careful with this because it's fracturable. So you just come in here lightly, and you know if it breaks, you just either washi tape it back together or glue it back together. When you glue it down in pieces. That's what you do. Oh. Okay, so maybe this is the video of how the best laid plans of mice and crafters, and what to do if things go awry. And sometimes your worst day is your best day. You just don't know it yet, right? Because you don't know how it's done until the project is finished. So keep moving forward, and remember, it's only paper. All right, here we go. Now we're going to glue that down. Oh, you are beautiful and magnificent, and you deserve to be honored in all your glory. I'm not going to use the glue stick and rub back and forth aggressively because I'm afraid it's going to just disintegrate in my hands. I'm going to get the old Fabrifix glue. Probably wouldn't use a wet white glue here because this is such fragile paper that when the wetness in the paper causes the paper to wrinkle and buckle, you could be risking things. Yeah, so just go very gingerly, very tenderly with your finger smooshing here. Watch your hands, never take your eye off the paper because things could happen. Okay, there. There. Now this lovely little picture has been salvaged for the next century. It can be used for new people to come along and oogle at it, and they'll be like, oh wow, I wonder where that picture came from. And I know this particular book that it came from was in the 1800s. So I think I'm going to write that on there because I don't have the actual age on the paper, but I'm just going to write it on there so somebody knows that this was from the 1800s. That's right. So now wherever that goes in the world, somebody will know that is from the 1800s. And let me see if we can decorate him up a little bit because he's just so darn cute. And he is on the underside that is not going to be written on. Well, who knows what's going to happen to him. When I release him to the universe, he will just go on his merry way, and that will be it. I think he's all about, yes, this. classified. All right, let's see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to go. Let's just see what happens. Just going to follow that line there. There. That's very official now, right? Yeah, I like that. That came out. Then that was a total surprise on where that was going to go. So, you know, sometimes you make something and it comes out one way and you're thrilled with it and you're happy and life is good. And then you make something another way and it comes out amazing too and you're happy and it's all good. So here's your writing surface. I guess I can ink this. Let me see. I'll show you the inking of this. I still have the 1840 there. And if you want, like I said, you could spray this. But I think so. I want the people to be able to feel it. Honestly, I'm just going to leave it as is because I think there is something about the feel of old paper that is hypnotic. Yes. And this one, they're going to be able to feel. Covers and stuff like that, I could see maybe doing more spraying and more, you could Mod Podge over it and things like that. But can you hear that? Yeah, there's something about the feel of old paper. It's velvety. So I hope you had fun. I think that's probably two good examples. They're different sizes. Just so you know the sizes of these, this was 7 tall by 4 wide, and this was 6 tall by 3 wide. So those were just random cuts of stuff I have lying around. And maybe if you look around, you might find some pieces of stuff too. So I hope you had fun here. Welcome to everybody who is new. We're having a lot of fun here, doing fun and papery crafts, and I'm so happy and excited. Everybody is here, and we're just having fun no matter what is going on in the world. Look at us go! And if you don't know already, I have my videos on YouTube. They come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and my podcasts come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. And they're all audio. And I have, if you don't know, I have a merchandise shop. The link is in the description box below the video on the PC. I think you can find it on the tablet, maybe the phone. And I also have the link to the entire shop, which shows you a few more options of things you can buy on Instagram and on Facebook, because there's if you don't have the ability to see the link down below. And what else can I tell you? I have a Facebook group. Come and join the Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun doing weekly and monthly challenges over there, and it's super fun. And we're inspiring each other like crazy. So come on over and join us and have some fun. And thank you very much to our admin and mods. They're doing a super job over there, keeping it a safe and happy place. Thank you very much to all of you. And I have an Amazon shop where we have I put my favorite tools and supplies, so if you're looking for certain items, you may find it listed in there, or at least a place for you to get started looking for stuff. I have an Etsy shop where I sell FUNDLEs, where there are 100 pieces of old or interesting papers, antique ledger, postcards, receipts, hand-dyed papers, specialty book pages, you name it. There's all sorts of things in there for you to explore, to use in your junk journals. And I also sell junk journals themselves, bundles of junk journals and related junk journal items as they are available. So, and I don't always put a video out when I have them. I sometimes just tuck them in there. So take a peek every once in a while. And my intent is to put in a few things there before the end of the year. So we shall see how that goes. And also I have my Vintage Digikits in there, which are printable downloads. And they're 5 pages of JPEG images, which you can print out and use in your junk journals. Try to make them easy to cut out for you, so there's not a lot of extensive fussy cutting. You can just have fun at it. And they're themed, and everything from birds, Victorian, nature, you name it, you'll find it. And I have an Instagram. I have an Instagram account. Yes, look at that. You can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Facebook group. And look who I have secured. Look who I have secured. If you haven't met Sunshine, he's my little Maltese puppy. He came